Okay, listen. If you're watching this, I need you to understand. I don't scare easy. But what's been happening in my house? It isn't normal. My name is Eric Lawson. I'm 32, and I live just outside Charleston, South Carolina. The house Mara and I bought 3 years ago sits right at the edge of the marshland, where you can hear cicadas at dusk and trains echoing faintly in the night. Mara, my partner, is a nurse. She works long night shifts, so the house is often just me, Bramble, and Ash. Bramble's our hound mix, 40 pounds of wagging tail and boundless energy. Ash, our cat, is his opposite. Quiet, skittish, happiest when hidden in the smallest, darkest corners of the house. For 3 years, life was predictable, peaceful even. Then the railroad crew arrived. There's an abandoned freight line that runs just behind our yard. For as long as I've lived here, it's been a relic. Rusting tracks swallowed by grass, sleepers rotting into the mud. But about a week ago, a crew rolled in with heavy machinery, tearing up sections of it. We thought nothing of it at first. Progress, right? But the first night they started digging, something changed. Not in the house itself, but in the way it felt. The air grew thick, heavy, as though the rooms had been sealed shut. Bramble, normally asleep on his back, tongue lolling out, sat rigid at the door, ears pricked, hackles raised. Ash disappeared under the bathtub and didn't come out for almost a full day. I told myself it was the noise, the vibrations from the railroad workers' equipment, until the call started. It was just after midnight. My phone buzzed with a number that wasn't a number, just a blank space where digits should have been. When I answered, I didn't hear a voice. I heard static, low and broken, like someone trying to push words through crushed metal. The second night it happened again. This time there was a sound, long, drawn out, mournful. When I told Mara, she laughed it off. "Too many late nights, Eric," she said. But then it followed her. She was driving home, bleary-eyed from a 12-hour shift, when her dashboard screen lit up. A video file she swears she didn't download began to play. It showed a tunnel, rail tracks disappearing into black. Something pale and bent was crawling toward the camera, its limbs jointed wrong. Mara nearly swerved off the road, trying to shut it off. That's when we stopped making excuses. Bramble's behavior grew worse. Every night he pressed against the bedroom door, snarling, low and guttural. He'd never made that sound in his life. Ash won't leave the bathroom. She won't even eat unless we put her bowl near the tub. And me? I started seeing things. 2 nights ago, I woke to Bramble lunging at the sliding glass door. I pulled the curtain back, and there in the reeds was a figure. Too tall, too thin, its head cocked to the side, like it was listening. Where its face should have been was only shadow. No features, no eyes, just absence. I froze. The figure didn't move, not until I blinked. Then it was gone. The next morning, Bramble trotted into the kitchen with something clamped between his teeth. Not a stick, not bone. It was a fragment of rusted rail, the kind they were digging up behind the house. Last night was worse. The house shuddered, as if a train was thundering through the walls. The lights flickered. Every window rattled in its frame. Mara screamed my name, but her voice didn't sound right. It was stretched thin, far away, like she was calling to me from the end of a tunnel. And then the walls began to vibrate, not with noise, but with words, ground out of the very wood and plaster. Keep the line open. I blacked out. When I woke up, the salt container from the kitchen was empty. Perfect circles of salt lined the floor in every room, as though someone had been walking the house, sealing it. Neither Mara nor I had touched it. We're leaving. The first train out of Charleston leaves at 6. Bags are in the car. Bramble's leash is by the door. But when I went to grab it, I saw something waiting for me on the counter. A ticket stub, yellowed, brittle, stamped with the date 1924. Destination, Charleston. Last stop. And beneath the faded ink, one word was printed clear as day. My name. So if this is the last time you hear from me, remember this. Maybe it's a haunting. Maybe something woke up when they disturbed those rails. Or maybe the tracks were never abandoned at all. Maybe they were just waiting. And if you hear a whistle tonight, don't look to see where it's coming from.